Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. First off, I want to give you guys a prayer request. And, this one, I haven't really talked about this because it wasn't my thing to talk about. But now that everything is going to come to fruition and all of that, I would like to share it with you guys because you guys are prayer warriors. So, for the last 22 months, a lady in our church has had 4 foster kids, ages 7 to newborn when she got her. She's now almost 2 years old, but she got her right after she was born. A set of siblings. But she has been fostering them for 22 months. And obviously our church family has gotten attached to them. I have gotten attached to them. She kind of opened her home to me with them. So I spent a lot of time with them. I'd go on trips with them all the time. But yesterday we had a going away party for them because they have moved on to be with their forever family, who has a 12-year-old girl that they've adopted already. Then they're taking these 4, and then they also have a 7-month-old that is brother to this set of 4 siblings. So they're all going to get to be together, which is awesome. But, I mean, obviously it has pulled at all of our heartstrings because we've all gotten so attached to these kids over the last almost 2 years. So just be in prayer that they are, in the right place, that they continue to just make strides of growth, and that, everything works out in, God's plan, that these kids are taken care of and loved and just shown how worthy of a good family they are. So just be in prayer for that. Be in prayer for the family that now has an empty house where there was 4 kids. So just be in prayer for them, and just that, God's will be done. So, all right, so we are in Psalm 21. So let's just dive right in. It says, "The king rejoices in your strength, Lord. How great is his joy in the victories you give. You have granted him his heart's desire. You have not withheld the request of his lips. You came to greet him with rich blessings and placed a crown of pure gold on his head. He asked you for life, and you gave it to him, length of days forever and ever. Through the victories you gave, his glory is great. You have bestowed on him splendor and majesty. Surely you have granted him unending blessings and made him glad with the joy of your presence. For the king trusts in the Lord through the unfailing love of the Most High. He will not be shaken. Your hand will lay hold on all your enemies. Your right hand will seize your foes. When you appear for battle, you will burn them up as in a blazing furnace. The Lord will swallow them up in his wrath, and his fire will consume them." Those few verses right there, we're talking about fire. My mind just goes to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego whenever they're thrown into the fiery furnace. But thankfully, the fire did not consume them because God had them in his arms. Verse 10, "You will destroy their descendants from the earth, their posterity, from mankind. Though they plot evil against you and devise wicked schemes, they cannot succeed. You will make them turn their backs when you aim at them with drawn bow. Be exalted in your strength, Lord. We will sing and praise your might. You know, something that I find interesting is throughout the Bible, you'll see verses like that where it says, be exalted in your strength, and, you know, pray, or, you know, just basically where it's saying you're kind of pumping God up in a way, if you will. You know, you're telling him that he has power and all of that. And something that I've always kind of found funny is, like, God doesn't need that. God knows that he has power. He knows that he can, if he wanted to send a lightning bolt and hit something, he could do it. If he wanted to create an earthquake, he could do it. God knows that he can do those things. He knows that he is all-powerful and almighty. We don't have to tell him that for him to know that. But whenever we say that, that's us showing that we are aware of God's power. That we are aware that God can do whatever he wants at the flick of a switch. That we are showing that we know that we are not as powerful as God. That we have to submit to him because we don't have that power that God has. God doesn't need us to tell him that. But whenever we confess that and admit that, we're showing that we're under him. That we are submitting to him. And I think that that's just really cool that we submit to God, a God that is so powerful, that has so much knowledge and so much might, and yet he still wants to have a relationship with us. He doesn't want to leave us. He doesn't want us to walk this world without his presence with us. That's a mighty God, but that's a personable God. It's a God that knows every ounce of our being and wants to have a relationship with us. That's the kind of God we serve. So, Psalm 21, not a ton of stuff to pull from that. But that's how it is sometimes. So, it's alright. If y'all got something out of that I didn't say, let me know. I'd love to hear it. We can talk back and forth on that. But Psalm 22 next week. May is almost over, guys. This is the last full week of May. It's crazy. Flown by. Trying to live up every day of summer vacation that I can. But it's going by very, very fast. So you guys go have a great Sunday. Have a great week. And of course, go be the example.